months, and it's now here. It's called Bella Melt. You were on it for just 1 week when you lost 3 pounds. So in the first week, you lost 3 pounds on this, right?
That is correct.
Your GLP-1 is a natural hormone that's in every single one of our bodies. And your GLP-1 lets you know if you're full. It's a satiety hormone. So when your GLP is working properly, it does help suppress your appetite as well as reduce those cravings. It's a sugar-free fast melt caramel. So what it's going to do best is it's going to reduce your sugar cravings or any other cravings you have in your body. It's going to suppress that appetite. But where Melissa got the most benefit, I think, over the last week was the L-carnitine. The L-carnitine tells your mitochondria, this is where you make, we've talked about it before, this is where you produce energy in your cells. It actually tells those mitochondria to burn fat for fuel. We're noticing other people losing up to 7 pounds in the first week. 4 pounds has been about the average. As you lose weight and as you take these Bella Melts, it's going to help lower that blood sugar in your body as well.
All the information is there. MelissaHouseBG.com, MelissaHouseBG.com. Just now introducing for the first time Bella Melt with GLP-1 Fast Action.
آره.
ننوشتن مات نه این نه ای ایران ای مرد پرگار ای زلمه هنر دور از دهن ریشه بلا پاینده باشی جا بلند
دشمنم تو سنگ خاره من آهنم جان من فدای خاک پاک میهنم مهر تو چون شد پیشم دور از تو نیست اندیشم در راه تو که ارزشی دارد این جان من پاینده باز خاک ایران من
shut down traffic at Queen's Park.
Is that 23?
Proceed to the 100 security guards and paramedics are with her.
Welcome to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for joining me on this Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. I appreciate you being here. It gets tougher, but it has to happen. We are live on worldviewtube.com, worldviewtube, a Rumble and X account, and also on worldviewtube app, which is available for free on your app store. We're also live on X America News on X, and we're live on my platforms on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, X, and Substack. I do see your beautiful comments coming in. I was looking at them because I was trying to stay with you instead of the video we played at the beginning. Now, I'm sure you put two and two together. Just a few faces of the young that Iran has lost. And the second video was the support of those of us outside of Iran who have not given up, and those who made the ultimate sacrifice, or those who were taken from us, including a 3-year-old baby. Simply because, well, freedoms don't apply when tyrants are in charge. However, for those of us on this very program, we know who's really in charge. And on that note, I don't want to take too much of this show because I have a very, very special guest. I have had the chance to speak with her briefly on the phone, but I've been looking forward to have her on the show to introduce her to you and talk to her about everything that's going on. She's joining us all the way from Canada. The video you just saw was released by Toronto police. They put it on their X and said over 150,000 Iranians on a rally. And no problems, no damages, no issues, no chaos. I appreciate Toronto police highlighting this because it is important when we say we're different. We're not being racist. When we say Iranians are not Iraqis or Palestinians or Lebanese or Syrians, Toronto police just confirmed it is amazing when you have over 150,000 Iranians showing up and the police is happy with the result. They had no problems. And she's going to have a lot to tell us about Toronto or Europe or America and the rally. So I need to bring her on. Joining me today is my fellow Iranian all the way from Canada, Maryam Rashti Zadeh. She's also our sister in Christ, and she is fearless. This woman single-handedly is helping and coordinating all the videos you see of Iranians outside of Iran doing rallies day after that, weekend after weekend. She's behind most of it, and she does represent IRANO.net. Maryam John, what a pleasure to have you on my show, darling.
Thank you for having me, Aynaz John.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Well, why don't we start right there? I was so proud when I saw the tweet put out by Toronto police making such an amazing statement. So tell us about this latest rally and tell us about all the other rallies. Just tell us all about it.
Okay, so first of all, so much appreciation from you for inviting me to your show, and also much appreciated for all the workers in the VPD, whoever helping Iranian people to have a peaceful and protest that's make it happen. I'm living in Vancouver, as you know, but we have a really great connection with our fellow compatriots in Toronto. I seen it, all of the Iranian inside of Vancouver, and also I've seen it like in Toronto, Edmonton, I would say Calgary, Halifax, even I forgot that's a really tiny city, but still they have a protest. So I can see all of the people, they are going out and talking about Iran's revolution and what's happening in Iran. And all of that couldn't be happen if police wouldn't help us to make this happen. In Vancouver, I've seen people, they gave, like they bought some flowers, like it was like, it's happened by themselves, like nobody organized this matter. They bought some flowers, they wrote about Iran's revolution, they handed over to the police officers, to the regular people. They showed their appreciation, and they showed we are different with the other people. Maybe I don't want to name it, but like you
can name it on my show. You can name them. We name names on my show.
Perfect, then we are free to go. Like a couple of months ago, it was the protester that the supporter of obviously pre-Palestine thing that they say, in Vancouver Art Gallery, and teared up the Canada's flag, and they burned it. And truly, as a Iranian Canadian, it's like, it was really hard for me to see that this is my second home, that I'm raising my kid here, I'm involved here, I'm working here, I'm a taxpayer. You can't come to our country here in Canada, even if it's my second home country. You can do this. And Iranian showed we are totally different rather than these people. We are peaceful. We are looking for a regime change. We are looking to have a proper relationship with the other countries. That's who we are. We are Iranian.
Amen. Yes, exactly. Because as you know, a lot of conversation, sadly, mainly from the conservative alternative media, is we should stay out of it. We don't need to help them. We're going to get flooded by a bunch of Iranians. I'm like, hi, you're already flooded by a bunch of Iranians. You just don't notice it because we blend, we assimilate, we become part of the society. The number of Iranians outside of Iran in Europe, Canada, or America is a huge number. Don't worry about being flooded by Iranians. I might be biased, but it's a good thing when you have Iranians. I'm not saying all of us, but majority of Iranians have contributed to their new homes. We respect, because we come from where we come from by force. We don't come here to turn it into Islamic Iran. We ran from that legit and genuinely, and we have that respect. And unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say that, but Maryam Jo, we got to take our first ad break. Let's go do that. And then to our audience, if you have any questions specifically for Maryam today, put them on the comment section. I will glance and I'll make sure to ask her, because we have her all the way until the end of the show. Don't go anywhere. Send those comments in. We'll be right back after this ad break.
Life is too short to spend a single moment spinning in laundry worries. Take a load off your mind with the all-new Norwex Powerzyme laundry detergent. This natural detergent harnesses the power of enzymes and plant-based surfactants to leave fabrics fresh and clean without fillers, brighteners, synthetic fragrances, bleach, or harsh chemicals. So go ahead, have your cake and eat it too. More than ever, stressful stains have met their match. Powerzyme's fast-acting enzymes break down organic substances while natural surfactants loosen locked-in dirt and oil, removing residue, stains, and odors with ease. With 91% bio-based ingredients, this dermatologist-tested hypoallergenic formula is suitable for sensitive skin types and delivers a safe and effective clean that won't harm you or the planet's waterways. Less time spent worrying about laundry means you can focus on what truly matters. Norwex Powerzyme Laundry Detergent. Discover the power of nature and load up on confidence.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thanks so much for staying with us until now. I appreciate you guys. And as you know, every time after we run a Norwex ad, I will remind you that I have been using Norwex product for over 6 months now myself. I'm a full convert. It has made my life easier. It has made my households healthier due to it being all products 100% chemical free. And also, of course, if you do make a purchase, not only you save money, you get healthier household, you also support what I do right here, because as a consultant, I receive a commission percentage of your purchase. So head over to cyruswellness.com. That's cyruswellness.com. And trust me, I thank you for supporting me through it, but at some point you're going to thank me for introducing you to Norwex. Let's get back to our beautiful and wonderful guest today, Maryam. Maryam John, I actually have a lot of wonderful supporters from Canada. One of them, Lori, who's always on my Substack, great supporter. She is happy to hear that Canada is finally doing something right. Because as you know, there are other issues in Canada, but I'm also happy that Canada is getting it right. But I want to dig into, let's talk about IRANO, because I want my audience to know, first of all, the website, irano.net. That's Iran, and then there's an O at the end, irano.net. It's all in English. So head over, read, learn, get involved, all of that. But Maryam Jo, why don't you tell my audience what is the idea behind IRANO, how it is started, and how it's not exclusive to Iranians, because a lot of Westerners can get involved with IRANO and help.
let me unmute myself.
Fabulous.
About IRANO, I would say the first thing when Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, we call him Shah of Iran, obviously, since he did the oath. When he said people, they have to start having an organization. Iranian people, we are all patriots, but we've been all separate from each other. You know, it's like I'm here, you're in America, other person in other country. So we started to having a tiny organization here and there in our different cities. Then after that, we said, okay, now all of these organizations, they are working in their own city, but they are not connected together. They are not linked together. So how about we make like an umbrella organization? So all the people, they have their like freedom inside of their group and organization or association, whatever they have, but from the like a kind of mother organization, we show and keep them on their own rings and like represent what they are doing, how many people they are, you know, how they treating people inside of their cities, what they do for freedom. So that's how we got connected. The first time that we started to having this organization, it was with a different name. On that time, like we started this for rallies, for like all of the international rallies all together in the same time, and you know, same day and same time, so we can show we are all united. And so started like that, but little by little we added up like advocacy, we added up like advocacy with the like our different governments and like a governments that we are living in there. Or we can like do like, even right now in this moment, we have some programs for the kids. Obviously, is not political that much, but shows some of our young freedom fighters, they got killed by Islamic Republic. So our wings are pretty big and wide everywhere. We are here in Canada, in America, like in Japan, mostly in Europe, in Australia. Yeah, we are everywhere, and trying to bring the you know, knowledge and information to the other people.
Yes, and one of the things I noticed on irano.net was your, let's say for lack of a better term, your call to action. You had certain letters you have sent out to either European Parliament, to BBC as a network. That was the interesting part, because we have all said this, Maryam John, in last 36, now 37 days of this revolution. This time is different. This does look like a final battle, not because we're falsely hopeful, because the coordination has taken a specific shape, where, as you said, Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi stepped in and said, hate me or love me, I'm going to help this time, and I'm going to lead. And regardless of what some people say, including, you know, our darling Masih Alinejad, who now is asking for him to lead. I'm like, where have you been, Masih? I get she's been busy dealing with assassins from IRGC, but pay attention. Point is, from day 2, he stepped in. And then from there, we all followed. He gave an order to people like me. Hey, broadcasters, get the news. Don't let them silence. Yes, they're on it. You got in rallies, coordinate, send letters. So I think the most important part of irano.net, and I say this again to my audience, it's where those of you who have messaged me, text me, commented, how can I help? This is your destination. Go to irano.net. As I said, it is in complete English. You understand everything that's happening. It has the history, it has the mission, and it also has a way for you to get involved. Because, Maryam John, here's where I want to go from here. My audience is very well versed on this issue, but I feel like one of the issues with Canadians, Australians, Americans, you know, Mexicans, Europeans, is that they don't understand beyond borders of Iran, a free Iran equals much more. So let's have your take on the much more outside, beyond a free Iran, what comes, let's say, at least for Canada.
Okay, so I think most of your audience, they know about like what does Crown Prince wanted to see as a result. So the thing that we are looking for is obviously is integrity, dignity of Iran. That's a must be. We respect Lion and Sun flag of Iran, and we care about secularism and democracy. So when we say about the secularism and democracy, it's a must be. Like, doesn't mean so, like, me as a Christian, as a person who converted early ages to Christianity, I have a right to live. Same as the Jew person is have a right to live. Same as the Baha'i person is have a live. My mother, she's Muslim. She still like think like Islam is something special for her. She has a right to live. We all have a right to live. But there comes in a moment, jihadi type of like ideology comes in when the time is a pushing part comes in, right? The pushing part is why we should care, why other people they should care, why Canada should care, why like America they should care. Because imagine the mass immigration to Canada, America, Europe, this and that. You can see all the misery they brought up. Not all the people like Iranian, they come and they melt in, they turn to be a civilized people. No, they've come to your country, they use your benefits, they use your free welfare, they use all of the benefits of the people like taxpayer, they are paying for their future, but then they make lots of babies and they betray you. Clearly, a couple years ago, I guess it was like 10 years ago, there was a guy in Toronto rally. He mentioned, sorry for you. That was the most honest in the conversation I've seen from a person. Like, you guys don't give a birth to any kids. We make 6 kids, and soon we're gonna take over your country. That's so true. Mm-hmm. That's so true. So if we don't want to see such a thing like this, we have to stand by the rights that our government has. Like, Canada is a Christian country. It must be a Christian country. Yes, we do respect. We do not melt in. They should come and melt in. You know, that's what they should. About the Masih Alinejad, you spoke about her. Masih Alinejad, obviously, at the first, she was a reformist for a long time. Still, I believe she's a reformist. She didn't change at all. But for the other people's options and their opinion, they say, oh, Masih Alinejad, she's a freedom fighter. She did this, she did that. Clearly, myself got blocked by her on the Twitter, on X. Why? Exactly because I say, I'm a woman and you're a woman. Don't put and don't hide yourself behind of the name of woman. If you're talking about the woman life freedom on that time, so I would say all the people, men and women, they are out in the streets. They are fighting for their rights. They are fighting for them. Yes, obviously, like because of the Islam in Iran and like cover of name of Islam, whatever they want to name it, is not secularism over there, as Crown Prince wanted. People, they get more pushed over. The women get more pushed over. Their rights get more pushed over. But we all had this on Pahlavi's time. We all had this when Shahbanu Farah was on power as a queen. We all had this. She was fighting. She was like trying to make Iran great beside of Shah of Iran. Like the sister of Shah, rest in peace. I adore her. She's my idol, to be honest. Prince Ashraf. She was one of the first people. Yeah, one of the first people who've been working as like human rights. She was like in Geneva. She was doing everything right. She went and met on the Second World War to Stalin, and like lots of great things happened by them. So we had women life freedom. So Mrs. Alinejad, where you are, you can't go hide yourself behind of the name of the woman and send the women to the, I don't know, to the jails, because you say, oh, like you like orchestrate in front of the jails from the mother of the Obans, a mother of the Novembers, bloody Novembers. She sent lots of people over there and they got arrested. Then, you know, like this time, and at the end, she got all the funds for herself. Why she never spent these funds on the people of Iran? Why she all the time used this money for herself? That's lots of things coming. And about how the people, they can help Iran, non-Iranian can help Iran. Put more pressure on your government, like us. Put the pressure on them. Try to ban Islamic Republic members inside of your country. Like, make them ashamed. Like, push a pressure on your MP or MLA if you're in Canada and in America MP. Like, ban them, freeze their assets. Know and recognize our revolution. Know and recognize our alternatives. If you believe in monarchy or a Republican, it doesn't matter in this moment. Yes, majority of Iranian, they are monarchy, including myself, but we want the, absolutely, we all want a fair and square, like, voting system, which is, maybe I don't want it, but the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, he wanted. So I respect that. And I agree with that. But stand beside us, like, freeze their assets, put the pressure on them. They have to be no negotiation. Why still, like, sometimes we hear the negotiation? The gene of Islamic Republic and their structure is not changeable. No. They are jihadi Islami, and they will be. They just maybe tolerate a little bit in this moment because they are in the situation that they are pushed over from other countries, but they are the same. If you let this happen now, like in year or 2 or 6 months, I don't know, whoever knows, they come more powerful. Like 2 days ago in their parliament in Iran, after, like, they've been trying to do the negotiation with President Trump, they started saying this to America again. That's who they are. That's in their nature. They're never gonna change.
Agreed.
Sorry,
And I want to go to. Oh no, honey, take your time. That's fine. Trust me. I'm a talker. My audience is used to just listening, especially on rants. It's like, okay, we're going on a rant. Let's talk. But I do want to go where you just went, because that's important, especially with what's been developing yesterday, today, and what is coming on Friday. But we need to head to our second ad break. And while we're running the ad, guys, I'm going to glance at the comment sections and see if you have any questions for me or Maryam. But do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, hello, everybody. It's Annie Cyrus. Welcome to my art studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. But I'm sure, for at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com. Up to Freedom, thank you so much for staying with us until now. I greatly appreciate that. I do see your comments, and I will take blame. I know I have not added much new items to the art studio. I'm sure you can understand, aside time, it's a little hard to be creative nowadays, but there are still some items that are available. So head over to lutfstudio.com, use promo code MISSION for 10% discount. And Lord willing, I'm going to try, as soon as we are done with this storm, snow is not helping my mood right now. I will get back in the basement and pour more and list more. But lutfstudio.com is the second way you can support me financially while I do what I do, because you all know I don't get paid to do this. Perfect. Let's bring Maryam back on. Maryam John, before we head to that topic you were saying, I do have 2 questions here from our audience. One from Lori from Canada. She's asking, Maryam, what feedback, if any, have you received from the provincial and federal government of Canada concerning what is happening in Iran, and what feedback, if any, from your correspondence with them?
Okay, so we 2 days ago, again, we heard from David Ibey that they say like they are trying to talk to Mr. Carney about Iran situation and get some support. So far, we didn't see anything. It's just a beautiful talk, as they do, as the liberals do, I would say. So we didn't see anything, any action. So in a couple of years ago, we even with the push of conservative party, liberal party, they put IRGC in the like a ban and like terrorist organization groups, and they supposed to send lots of them back home, as they said, but not many actions we see. It's 2 years past and it's still like the same. Like nice talkers, no action.
Yes, I it's interesting because I actually covered it was somewhere mid 2025 when reports came out of Canada that such and such person with their ties to IRGC are under investigation and their residential cards have been revoked. And then I kept following. I'm like, well, no, they're still in Canada. They're still in Canada. They're still in Canada. They're still. I agree. It's like I have heard a lot of talk, a lot of, and by the way, so I want to be very clear, Maryam John. I didn't even flinch when Europe and Canada added IRGC to their terrorist list because that's just pointless. IRGC doesn't care. IRGC is proud to be on a terrorist list. They're worded as a badge of honor. So all of these moves, as you said, a lot of talk, a lot of adding to terrorist lists, even sanctions on individuals, I think that's a waste of time because individual sanctions means nothing. As you said, sanctions means nothing. Freeze assets, freeze them. No more sanctions, just freeze them and let it be, which of course I would like to take it further and, which we will get there in a minute. But I do have another question from another one of our audience asking, well, this one might be more of my question, but they're asking, is Donald Trump hesitant to intervene because vetting refugees to America would be difficult? What should the vetting process be? Ma'am, do you want to take that or you want me to take that?
No, if you do handle this, that would be even better.
Honestly, here's the thing. If number one, we need to realize in America and Canada and Europe, if anyone, Israel, US, UK, France, anybody intervenes, which I'm pretty sure we won't, if they do, there won't be a need of refugee vetting. It's going to be most of us saying, guys, we'll be back soon, but we got to go home for now. It's going to be an exit rather than entry. Like, you're not going to see a flood of Iranians. Now, you will see IRGC family members and mullahs family members try to get into Europe and Canada, not America. They're not going to try to come to America. They're going to try to go to Canada. They're going to go to Europe. However, as far as vetting refugee, you won't face a flood. All we need is I prefer Israel, Maryam John, by the way, from day one. As an American, I've said President Trump will stay out of it. I said it during 12 Days War. I'm like, President Trump, please stay out of it. I would very much prefer Israel attack on IRGC. One, they're more familiar with Iran and its history. Secondly, they proven during 12 Days War, they have what it takes to get it done. Three, well, US doesn't have the best history of helping revolutions. They end up hijacking it and then putting their own people in place, which is not funny, but it's true. So I don't want any Western interferences. I prefer Israel. Where do you stand, Maryam John, with that?
That's a great thing. I should go back to the 12 Days War in this moment. In 12 Days War, to be honest, like lots of people, they've been expecting, like they take down Ayatollah, they hit him or they capture him because obviously they know where is he. But on that moment, it was really, really scary because like reformists could have stepped in and nothing was ready. So I'm glad that happened on that moment. That's clear out about that part. about now and President Trump and his promise to Iranian people. First of all, my thinking is not that much matter, but I gotta put it there in case. I to be honest, I like that happen. I like that happen because legacy of the President Trump can be the Nobel Prize winner. And that, to be honest, I want it to happen because I want it to happen from the Nobel Prizes all the time for the lefties. That's what I've seen. Like these years, maybe it's changing a bit, the structure of it. I really like to see all the right wings people and all the patriots people, I would say, all the patriots win, and then they can get to the top point. And I want to see President Trump is on top. That's one of the
I completely understand where you're coming from, and I have a different view of this. For me, it's more of, first of all, I'm almost in a tough position being an American Iranian. Whatever I say, somebody turns to like, you're trading Iran, you're a betrayal to America. I'm like, no matter what I say, I'm betraying somebody apparently. But on that note, my few issues. Number one, the promise of help is on its way was on January 13. Okay, that is 21 days ago. That was 3 weeks ago. The momentum of that promise faded away. Even if U.S. would strike Iran today, the established outcome of that promise faded itself away, especially when we saw the faces and the names and the numbers and, 40,000, 43,000, some estimating 58,000. That promise was considered broken. And I'm not holding it against President Trump. I'm holding it against rushed writing. He said, continue protesting, take over your institutions if you can, help is on its way. In figure of wording, that is immediate. 3 weeks later, 43,000 to 58,000 killed, that immediate lost its meaning. I would have very much preferred if he took a moment. Now, we all know President Trump is known to just type and post. He doesn't even read what he wrote. But if he would have taken a moment as the president of the United States of America, say, we are watching you, we are with you, we're working on help, then it would have made perfect sense. I would have preferred to see that. That being said, I still have more trust in Israeli military to come in than American. Now, it tops itself with this morning, I don't know if you've heard the news, Maryam John, or my audience. This morning, Islamic Republic of Iran's IRGC decided to start taunting American military in Middle East. We had to shoot down a Shaheen drone, right? And we also had hustlers by a Strait of Hormuz, literally bullying our military. No response yet. That is a very different topic for a very different program. But where I come from is where IRGC gets bold enough to taunt U.S. military next door, not here, next door. I lean more towards the fact that the Friday talk is going forward where Witkoff and Arakchi are going to meet in Istanbul. That's my vision. Aside my hope, the vision says, unfortunately, Canada isn't the only one doing the nice talking. Looks like U.S. has joined Canada in just talking the talk for now and continue talking with the regime.
I might jump in this moment. About the Istanbul meeting, I guess the Islamic Republic, they asked this happen in Qatar, if it's possible. That's one of the things that I read recently. And about the point of view of President Trump, like he's like a sleeping lion. He likes to go and a little bit play with the prey, little bit, okay, Islamic Republic. He does like a little bit of playing with his prey all the time. That I noticed a lot. Obviously, he never says something directly. He say it, and he say it in a different way. And he say it a different way. You can't understand, okay, what he's saying, is he mean it or he's not mean it? But about helping Iranian, I think he was mean it. And also Lindsey Graham, he mentioned as well. And when he said, like from my perspective, like when he says like help is on the way, doesn't mean so help is in this moment it's happened, right? Obviously it can take time for it's happened. Like he brought this like a ship, that one, this one, like he brought, like he likes to go bold. He likes to be
He likes to go
uncovered.
big or go home. Yes, he likes to make bigger
Absolutely,
splashes.
that's
Yes.
how he is. He want to stay here. He doesn't like to like stay here. I guess if he helps about the attack, about like military invention, an attack to Islamic Republic, he's kind of figuring out what is the best way to do it, because he doesn't want to go like, okay, I hit it. Okay, rest of the people, you guys go and free your country. Because like he knows the nature, how is it, and it's not happening. Like he want to go bold and big, and about the people that they got killed by Islamic Republic, we didn't get a time yet to mourn and cry for them, because we are so busy in this moment to free our country. But from lots of sources, it says more than 95,000 people, they got killed. And more than 3,000, like 300,000 people, they got arrested. Lots of them, they got their, like, they lost their eyes, they lost their body parts. And some of the doctors and nurses, they helped the people. They just didn't want them, people, they get arrested by Islamic Republic. If this part of their arm got injured, they cut it off and just sew it and send it back. Okay, before you get arrested, you can go, and like,
yes, they were rushing procedures to get injuries out of hospitals, because the IRGC was barging into hospitals, shooting injured people right there on the floor.
They had the IV on their body. They had IV on their arm. They had IV for their like other parts. Like it shows they directly go and kill them. Some of their hands, they've been tied when they got killed. So the amount of the misery is worse than the Holocaust. But do you think President Trump, with this type of people, he just say, okay, I hit you and go back? No, he's going to go bold. And I believe he's a believer. And I believe he's believed. That's what I can say.
I agree that he does go big. And that's my concern. That is my concern of going too big. But let me ask you this in closing. If he goes big, considering so far the comments he has made about Crown Prince Pahlavi, is he seems to be a good guy. I don't want to meet him. It's not presidential. He seems to be a good guy. I don't know if he has the support of Iranian people. And I understand the mindset is of his playing the 3D chess and all of that. But do you think ultimately, when it comes down to it, will President Trump endorse Crown Prince Pahlavi?
I would say yes. I would say yes, because from inside and outside, everybody's calling his name. When the people slogan outside, when they say democracy for Iran, the answer is King Reza Pahlavi. Like
yes.
that when we say about the secularism in Iran, the answer is King Reza Pahlavi. So outside is clear, inside is even better. In the wall writing, in the slogans, everything. Like, who could bring this many people and outside to the streets? He never announced come to the streets and directly, but he said like in 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, he said, for these 2 days, you guys have to come out and like take care of your country, take over of your country. And all the Iranians, they came out. I would say from 10 years old up to 90 years old. They've been all in the streets and they've been calling, this is the last battle, Pahlavi will return. Reza Pahlavi, this is the international slogan. So that's how they call him. They say Shah Reza Pahlavi. They directly want their Shah.
I know.
They don't care about the referendum. They want their Shah.
I came on my show about, I want to say 3 weeks ago, and I said, we have stepped from an uprising to a full revolution because the chants are now revolutionary. The chants aren't just death to Khamenei or down with Islamic Republic. No, the chants are, this is the last battle. Shah Pahlavi will return. Like, they literally crowned him on the streets of Iran. And that's the thing. It's that putting Trump aside, when other people, Iranian opposition, Mujahideen Khalq, Maryam Rajavi's, Ali Nejad, any of them, they're like, well, we need to see what comes out of it. I'm like, what more do you need to see? Millions on the streets of Iran as they took bullets. Their last words were King Reza Pahlavi. If that's not proof, we're in denial. And that's my thing. Do you think, which you answered, but so you think President Trump is going to respect and acknowledge Iranian people's wishes over diplomacy?
With him or without him, we make it happen.
This is why I love her. Thank you.
Sorry.
I have been saying it. No, don't
He
be.
has to stay by the right side of history. He has to stay by the right side of the history and the chosen person. This part comes my belief. He's a chosen. People chose him. God chose him. History chose him. Everybody chose him. We don't need the voting system for this. Even he wanted to show to the other people he's so democratic, but people voted him with all of these chants. What else the other words, like people in the words they want to see? Like, if they're not willing to do so, they're bad. Because
that's their problem.
That's their problem, because this time, if the people go out, which is they go out, if maybe there is a delay to wait to see what's the President Trump want to do, because they kept his voice and his promise, but accountable. But if they go this time, we don't want it on our sheet. Sorry, my phone was ringing. I cut it off. That one. They don't want it on our sheet. Yeah. But if that's happened, it's not going to be look good for anyone. But if it happens, then on that moment is really uncontrollable. We don't want a chaos over there. I don't think so. President Trump or any other people, they want a chaos inside of Iran. Yes, that's what we say all the time. Smooth transition. Yes, a smooth transition. People are willing to sacrifice their life to get to this smooth transition. They say, no matter what, if we die, still we go out. We go out, and the rest of the people, they can live freely. Who and when in the moment and the history you've seen such a scene? They go and they say, I'm not sure if you've seen that. There was a guy who been holding the door so other compatriots of him, they can run. And you have to wait in the history to see such a scene. That's amazing. My people back home in Iran, they are doing something great. We are doing nothing. If you, President Trump or whoever else, want to be part of this history, more than welcome.
Get moving.
So much appreciate. If they don't want it, they're bad. They're bad because we make it happen.
Well, let me explain to you before we let you go. Let me explain to you why I let up when you said what you said. On January 14th, I joined our fellow broadcaster boss here at Worldview YouTube, Brennan House, and he simply asked me, said, Annie, do you think help will come or not? And my response immediately was, if it does, hallelujah. If it doesn't, hallelujah. We're gonna get it done. So when you said that, that's why I let up, my face lit up, because I don't think majority of people, politicians, elite, global, I don't think they understand the heat of the momentum this time is involved. And yes, we will be grateful for all and any help, but history will remember the names that picked the wrong side, as well as those who picked the right side, because a free Iran is going to have a lot of benefit for a lot of people. Maryam, you're amazing. You're beautiful. I am so glad we could talk. And of course, I'm going to bug you on WhatsApp constantly. Aside IRANO.net, is there any other place that you think my audience should head to?
Irano.info is on Instagram. Like if you go Irano.net, like we have our everything over there, our Twitter account, our Instagram account, everything. Then from there, like you can go and see all of our organization. If they have any question, our admin is really, really active. Like they answer the messages. Mostly on Instagram, we are more comfortable to communicate if they like want to do something. Like we're gonna be on top of everything. Besides of that, stay strong. Stay strong. We are making history. And
yes,
we are making God's plan.
Amen. Yes, we are. You do the same thing, Maryam John. You stay strong. I know you're exhausted. You lost your voice like a few times a week, but keep on doing. Let me know if there's anything I can do. May Lord bless you for everything you're doing. And I can't wait for the day that me and you and the rest of our sisters and brothers in Christ can walk into a church in Tehran right after a good kalla pacha.
Oh, I love this idea. Please, my brother and sister in Christ, don't forget to pray for Iran. I asked for lots of our people, our brother and sisters, the other believers. I didn't get that much response about like Christian parts, and like they prefer to stay silent. But I know your show and your people inside the show, they are strong. Stay beside of Iranian people. Like there is a prophecy in the Bible about Elam, like and everything.
Yes.
If you go and read it, you know we are doing something right. And maybe it's not really lovely to hear it, but Iran is the heart of the world. If the heart is aching, all the world is aching. That's the history. We are make it happen. Iran is going to be free. All around the world is going to be free. We are together.
Amen.
Don't think about it. But if we're going to win, we leave you. We are freedom fighters. We stand by whoever stand beside of us. And we don't forget who didn't stand with us. Appreciate. Thank you so much, Aynaz Jan, for your show.
Absolutely. Thank you. Be safe. To my lovely audience. We have a couple of minutes to close the show, but I do have to take my last ad break because we have to hear from Brown House and Joseph Thomas on what he's going to tell us to do. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Brandon House. I want to thank you for all your support at wvwfoundation.com that helps make possible pushing out 24/7 content for free. Without your support, we'd have to put it all behind a paywall. But thanks to you and your support through our foundation, we're able to push it out for free as a broadcast service and broadcast ministry of WVW Foundation. Please consider going there and setting up an automatic monthly contribution, or go there and make an occasional contribution. If you prefer to support us through the mail, you'll find our mailing address there at wvwfoundation.com. You can also call and make your contribution over the phone by calling 901-825-0652. That's 901-825-0652. Again, all these details are available at wvwfoundation.com. Thank you for your support as we try to help people around the world understand the times through the lens of a Christian worldview.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. I appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed this discussion as much as I did. And I second what Brandon just said. I'll repeat again. Guys, name one network. Name one English language network that is giving platform, bandwidth, producers, airtime to Iranian Christians to sit here and talk about things you won't find any other place either. That's why I asked you to support Worldview Tube through its foundation, wvwfoundation.com. tax deductible. Brandon just explained everything the best possible way. But I do encourage you, especially if you're watching me on my platforms. As I said, he allows me to push this feed to platforms that are not tied toward YouTube, but he doesn't mind. Without charging me, without costing me anything, he allows me to push this out to my channel. So www.foundation.com, make a contribution, because your contribution will continue giving us the platform and the microphone and the voices that needs to be heard. And of course, go to IRANO.net. That's Iran, IRAN, and then there's an O at the end. IRANO.net. There are a lot of information for you, especially those of you who genuinely are backing us up, us being Iranians. Those of you who are actively out there supporting, it gives you good tools, good information, including the upcoming, there's a, Thomas, if you can put that up quickly, the banner for the upcoming event. Thank you. I couldn't say. It's a global day of action. Check on your city, because there's a good chance February 14 rally is taking place in your city as well. This is not for Iranians only. This is a call, global call to all humans. Stand by the Iranian people this next weekend, not this one, next one, on February 14. Check on your local areas, your cities, or go to IRANO.info on X, and the poster is there. Their admins will tell you if there is one in your city. We need numbers to show up. We need everybody. Come, as Maryam said, not today, but another conversation with me. Come on, come with us. Bring your flag. If you're in Canada, if you're in Europe, you're in America, wherever you are, bring your flag. Let's wave them proudly together as we build our way to a free Iran. As well, you all know free Iran helps more than just Iranians. So February 14, 2026, check your local area. If you don't know how to check it, go to X and look up irano.info and write them and say, hey guys, your February 14 event, this is my zip code, or this is my city, where's the closest rally? They get back to you, they'll let you know where you can join the rest of the people on February 14. I don't do Hallmark calendar, but I don't think there was a better day to show love and solidarity with the Iranian people who are still standing strong. All of us from outside to inside, trying to show love and peace, and, you know, break record in Toronto by showing up in 150,000 plus people and receive compliment from the police department. Same thing has been happening with Los Angeles, with Dallas, Atlanta, every major city in Europe. So join us on February 14, 2026, as we will call for the whole world to stand, not just by cute words and negotiations, the actual action to stand with the people of Iran as they continue their fight, and we continue the support of their battle out here in America and rest of the world. I have literally 1 minute. So I know some of you were upset with me about my Substack yesterday, and by some of you, I mean exactly 16 of you who unsubscribed from my Substack. It is okay. I will continue telling the truth, even if that upsets you, because that is my job. But if you have not been upset by my Substack yesterday or show today or something I said, I might say 2 weeks from today, I encourage you to join me on my Substack, liveuptofreedom.substack.com. That's liveuptofreedom.substack.com. Consider becoming a paid subscriber, as your financial contribution definitely pays the bill, literally keeps the light.
Join me now is David Pine. It's been a while since we've gotten an update from national security expert David Pine, but I want to go to him now, not only on where we at with Russia and Ukraine, but don't forget, folks, he's also with